Spanning the globe.
MJWJ, Global Radio Network.
All right, coming live. And we are live back here on MJWJ Global Radio Network. You know, we about to get into this, man. We got a great guest coming in that is hanging out with us today. Has came out here and snitched on the me. At least the title, that's what it's saying to me. All men are dogs. It is what it is.
I usually do the introductions.
Oh, yeah. My bad. Go ahead, Dr. Don. Give the full
Why, when it's all men are dogs, I don't do the introductions, but any other
Because
time.
we know you're going to come at them hard.
No, I'm going to celebrate. I was going to say my new co-host, Kevin Elliott. Finally a book I want to read. Finally a book that's interesting. Thank you, Kevin. How are you?
I'm doing great. How y'all doing?
Good, good.
I'm happy to be here to explain my theory and my point.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Because I'm really here to really fix things.
Good.
You know, the title is the result of me using a bunch of compiled research with, with along a host of a lot of issues and a lot of things I had to bring to the table to get the different perspectives to get my point across. So I used a somewhat negative title as irony to get you to generate not just the energy but the curiosity for females and men to want to open it up and read it up and read what it's about.
Now, tell us about your background, though, before you get into, how did you become an author, start writing?
Yeah, I'm just pretty much your typical young black Renaissance man that went through several different careers, several different jobs, several different events in my life to kind of lead me to this point. And sometimes life puts you in a predicament or a place where you have no choice but to express yourself. And some people do it creatively through paint. Some people make music. Some people create, art. I just decided to write it. It just is working well for me right now.
So tell us a bit about the book. Okay, so you pulled us in with the title. What are you actually? Give us a little bit of the meat and potatoes of what the book is about.
Honestly, it starts off by comparing different types of men, different type of characteristics that pretty much are parallel to canines, so to speak. But that's only like the tip of the iceberg. What I really was trying to do was encompass the whole relationship from the selection process to picking up on character traits and seeing if you actually qualify for the man that you actually trying to, to possibly spend the rest of your life with, to kind of like put a cap on your happiness. And it's kind of like bringing back the responsibilities. I want to bring back the responsibilities to where they should be. Men have a responsibility in a relationship, and so do women. And women have to realize that their role in the relationship is a little bit more pivotal, a little bit more crucial than they realize. Just like in every situation, you know how the old saying goes: you give a woman a house, they make it a home. You give them you have a kids together, a woman can make it a family. What greater joy is there for a woman than to put the icing on the cake, so to speak, than to brush up her man and bring out the best in him, speak life into him, But it goes back to the very, very beginning of the initial meet stage.
Okay. So let's start there then, because one thing that I see every day, all the time, Facebook and Twitter and all the social medias, and now we have movies, that there's no good men out there. They're either locked up or dead, is what they say. And so, and I always conversate with women, and they're like, man, every guy I date, he's just dog. He's sorry. He cheats. So talk to those women out there. Talk to those women that now got 3 kids, 3 different baby daddies. They still trying to find that perfect man. He's not out there, is what they tell me all the time. So give them some knowledge.
I think with anything in life, it goes back to self-inventory first. You have to take a look at yourself first in order to move forward with anything. How you going to improve your situation? If you keep attracting the same type of dog, then you have to look at the constant. It's just like algebra. The constant is you. So look at yourself first and then say, okay, why am I attracting this type of man? why is this happening? Why is that happening? If it's a repetitive cycle, then guess what? It's something that you may have to do to add to your situation. Like I said in the book, you may have to boost your amenities, so to speak. Pick up a few books and read. You don't have to go to school and go to be a Harvard educated female, but find some well-roundedness about yourself. You don't have to like football, but if you have a man that loves football, why not order him some wings for him and his boy? Surprise him. Guess what? Those little crucial, little pivotal things be the nail breaker or the deal breaker or the deal maker in a relationship. It's the little things. So you have to honestly know what you're getting yourself into from the initial onset, because women have the power.
Okay, talking about that power, a lot of women say that they've done that. They've been, they came in and when he wanted a fantasy, she gave him a fantasy. When he wanted his feet rubbed, he rubbed the feet. And she did everything in the power as a woman she felt like she could do. And he still cheated. And so talk about that.
Oh yeah, well I mean, in a relationship, it's like, when they say, what's the song, 50-50 love? They was wrong. You give 100%, and you can expect, you get what you can get. You do with your part. So in that situation where a woman has done her part, gave positive reinforcement, try to enhance her, like Beyonce said, upgrade her man. Once you did that, then you have to go back and here we go with the self-inventory again. I have some decisions to make, like, do I want to live the rest of my life like this? With a dude that's really not trying to do nothing, I'm trying to do everything I can to enhance my situation, enhance his situation, enhance our situation. Guess what? I have to go sit back and go back to the drawing board, like, do I want to be a part of this? And hey, and that's when it gets tricky. Do you leave? And in my book, I never instruct anyone to leave, only on one circumstance, and that's when it gets to domestic violence. But we'll get to that later. You know what I mean? So in that situation, yes, once you've done everything you can do, once you've done the positive reinforcement, once you sit there and say, well, dang, I've enhanced myself to the point where, as in, I should be reaping some kind of rewards or seeing some kind of, return on my investment, because a relationship is like a job times 10. So it's just like, once you're not seeing any rewards or seeing any benefits from the situation, then hey, it's time. You may have to go back and reassess some things and make a tough decision.
But is it really that tough? You see what I'm saying?
It is that tough nowadays, because people build history together and do all kinds of,
But see, they let it get to that point, though, Kevin. You let it get to 5-10 years of foolishness. So of course it's hard to leave.
That's right.
Talk about common mistakes that you see women make, because this is not just about black women. This is white women in general.
Well, this is a relationship.
Yeah, relationship.
This could be female on female almost now. You know what I'm saying? It's the character traits. You have to be able to read the signs. This is not like Einstein, or this is not Freudian. This is 1 + 1. It equals 2. Love is an action word. If you put in something and if you don't see any kind of return on it, then you have to really start like, okay, I know this well. Damn, I go to his house and I clean up his little dishes behind me. He can't even say thank you. Just the little things. And if you can't let it pile up. That's why in a relationship, the key to it is constant, consistent communication.
Right.
We always evolving and changing. Things happen throughout the day where your brain may not see things the way you saw them yesterday just by feasting your eyes upon something. So with constant, consistent communication, guess what? At least your relationship have a chance. But if you sitting there taking it and you doing everything you can as a woman to kind of like boost your situation, and you're not seeing anything and you're not saying anything, guess what? It's really back on you, because it's your fault for not speaking up. And once you say your piece, then what else can you do?
Okay, I want to talk about the ownership that men have to take too, though.
Oh yeah.
Because we know ladies have to do a lot, man. I hear it from my wife all the time. She says, you just don't know what it feels like to be a woman. You don't understand the mentality that we have to have. I won't. I'm a man. So, and she won't ever understand my mentality. But I know I have to take some ownership as a man as well, on different aspects of the part of that relationship. So, being the dog that some men can be, and this, I've talked about this several times on the show, how how can a man start saying, you know what, it's hard for me. This is the conversation I've had with other men, is that, man, I love my wife. There's so many gorgeous women out here. It's hard to maintain myself and not. And then when me and my wife have that one argument, it might even not be that big, but I go out to the bar and I'm just like, screw it, you know? And so women, that's not, they don't get out there like that. But men, we easily just, whatever, I'll take her to the bathroom. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the responsibilities men have to start taking.
That's a very key question, man. Like, honestly, men have to realize on an individual basis that, you know, you can't miss what you never had in certain situations. Some men try to go back and relive their childhood and, you know, maybe swan out when they get a little older and go back and try to recapture some things. But however, in a relationship, you want to be with someone that you could be really, truly open with. In the relationship that I'm in now, I'm not going into detail, but I mean,
why not?
I could really.
What are you here for? We didn't come here.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I could really, you know, I could really be open. If I see something that's attractive, hey, I'm not in these, like, nowadays, like they say, the Mayan calendar ended. It's the age of awareness. It's the hello age. So right now, you should be in a relationship with someone that you could really say, guess what? Oh, your girl was fine. You seen that? We just walked past. And it should be like all in fun and games. You should be able to be truly open with your mate, because guess what? You'll be living in one of those past relationships where daddy go do his thing and mama have no clue. You know, like.
I forgot all about that
song. And we're live back here on MJWJ Global Radio
Brandon
Network.
finds all the old hits.
Yeah, you know.
Perfect.
Who let those dogs out? We got Kevin Elliott in the building, author of All Men Are Dogs. It is what it is. I'm loving this conversation here. Man, it's nice to have another man in the building. That's all.
What I did was researched each dog and each dog's actual characteristic and pinned it to men. And you'd be surprised, the characteristics are undeniable. So the pit bull will be your typical pit bull, you know, very territorial and you know, very jealous. You know, your poodle would be like your metrosexual man. Yeah.
Well, I knew that. You know, I saw poodle, I scanned. I said,
your Labrador Retriever. And the thing is like the Labrador Retriever will be like I say, I can't describe them all in one word. You have to read the book. But the Labrador Retriever is a good male as well. All guys, I'm gonna say this. I listed, I want to say 13, 12 different breeds. Each one, even your worst dog, is a great dog for some owner. Believe that.
Huh. I like how you put that. A great dog for some owner.
That's right. You know, so in a relationship, you know, if you have to leave or make that hard choice that we talked about, then, you know, you may just, like I said, just leave them alone. You don't have to euthanize the dog, so to speak. But
you know,
the book is in dog terms, so, you know, each individual chapter is pretty much in, you know, in dog language.
What breed are you, Kevin?
Right, that's my next question. What type of dog are you?
I'm the Rottweiler.
Okay, what's a Rottweiler?
Oh, really?
At this particular juncture in my life, you know, I've been many of the dogs. You know, it depends on like the female. How you let me approach you is how I wanted to get in, and that's the angle that I had to take to get what I wanted at that particular time. But at this time, I'm a Rottweiler. And a Rottweiler is just like a German Shepherd. I'm loyal, but you have to keep me. You have to have some man-keeping skills as well.
Okay.
Interesting conversations, you know, be semi-intellectual. I like to get out and work out and walk and, you know, explore life. And you have to, you know, we have to be able to coexist in that nature as well. So, yeah.
So can a female make a dog? Like, can a female make the type of dog, I guess is the question.
No, that's the whole point. It is what it is. Just like in actual terms, you ever been somewhere and seen a lady put a bow around a German Shepherd or a ribbon around a pit bull?
And he looks silly.
And he looks silly? That's exactly what you're doing in real life in your relationships. The man is who he is. You can't put a ribbon around a pit bull and expect him to act like a poodle. It's not happening. So that goes back to goes back to your man keeping skills, your ability to observe, your ability to listen, your ability to just be on your P's and Q's in your relationship to get that. Because think about it, at the end of the day, you're going to get exactly what you want. A woman has the opportunity to customize her life. What great joy is that?
And ladies, do you feel that way? We're gonna take a break, but when we get back, I want to hear from the ladies. Y'all been really biting y'all's tongue normally. Then I want to hear what is y'all's concern about men? What are the problems you feel like and the type of dogs you have attracted? I mean, and how do you get away from those dogs? Obviously, if that poodle wasn't for you, or if that Waltweiler wasn't for you, I want to know about that, because some ladies can tame certain dogs. That's how I feel. Like, I'm a mutt. I don't know what his mutt is, but I'm a mutt because I'm a mix of everything. Okay, right. and you can never figure me out, and I think that's part of me being an Aquarius too. But I want to hear that from you ladies. I want to hear y'all. So y'all ladies out there listening, give us a call, 1-800-970-8716. Hit us up.
MJWJ, Global Radio
One of my
Network.
questions was, what's the thing that inspired you to write this book?
Well, sometimes in life,
Hold on. You
find yourself in a dark place. It could come from anything. It could come from death of a loved one. It could come from a loss of a job. It depends on what you hold near and dear to. So at this particular point in my life, right after Katrina, just in that lost it all mind state, we went through not a bad breakup, just me and my girl broke up after like 11 years. So, that put me in a place of solitude, so to speak. So when you're in those type of situations, what you do is you create. That's what I do. You could create many things. You could create violence. You could create mission, but you could do something positive. And I just decided to devote all the the negative energy and into something positive that could promote healing.
Make sure y'all go out there and get that book. Please let us know what's going on next. We want to know what's going on next. And where can they get the book? What's some place they can go?
Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com, any book retailer that's online, and hopefully if I keep this theme going, you'll be able to just pick it up off the shelf anywhere,
Yeah.
So shout out to my kids, Keisha, Dominique, my girl Ashley, my mom, my dad, my brother, my boy Roy, my boy Wardell. Everybody else, I love y'all. New Orleans, we did it again. We got another one.
So we thank you again, Mr. Kevin Elliott, for coming again, man.
Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much.
All right, hey, we're about to take a break here. When we get back, I'm gonna give y'all some independent music. I'm gonna let the intern.
Originating from Houston, Texas, the fastest growing city in the world, MJWJ, Global Radio Network.